Right, here we go then, boys and girls. First transfer window at Barcelona. Admittedly, we have absolutely no money. We've got no transfer budget. We're over the wage budget. We're like £700,000 overdrawn on our bank account. We probably have to sell someone if we're going to do anything at all. But it's still a transfer window. It still counts. Actual Barrow fan here, so I'm expecting a LOLLUJO Masterclass to take us up the table. That's exactly what you're going to get. Look, we're not bottom of the league anymore. We've won 3 in a row. Is it 3 in a row? Yeah, we've won 3 in a row. We're unbeaten in 5. We've only lost 1 of our last 8. You know, this is the turnaround. This turnaround snuck up on us, but it's been building since I arrived. I think my first game in charge was Blackpool, wasn't it? So really, the turnaround began straight away. It was just a slow burner. But we lost our first game against top of the table Blackpool, and that was throwing away a lead. The only other game we lost was against Notts County. I'm very good at Football Manager. Really very good. So we're now up to 21st place. The board just want us to avoid relegation. We know we're going to avoid relegation. I am a generational talent. However, the financial situation is questionable. We're massively overdrawn. We're over our wage budget. We've got no transfer budget. The transfer window has opened. We're selling this guy. We're going to have to sell a lot more than that if we're going to get anywhere. Someone said in the YouTube comments on LOLLUJO 2, you can tell it's a new save. I've actually read the YouTube comments on LOLLUJO 2. I've even replied to some of them. This guy, in somebody's save, they sold for £50 million. Don't think we'll get 50 million for him just yet. We've not used him. He's been injured the whole time since I've been here. He tore his knee ligaments before I arrived. So we've not seen him. Maybe he is brilliant, but apparently he's got a potential ability of 165. I propose it's actually one of those variable potential abilities. And this version of Reece Claremont does not have 165 potential ability. But yeah, £50 million someone sold him for in their save. So if anyone, I'll take 5 million right now. I think that'll be enough to do a nice rebuild with. I wouldn't take a fiver Topher. I want 5. I know he's worth 50 million. I'm not mad. All of those players are out of contract in the summer. So that's like more than half the squad. So I think we probably just tread water for a bit. If we get a big offer for somebody, I mean, we have got the odd saleable asset knocking around the place. If someone wants to give me $500,000 for this guy and then we'll put Claremont in as the starting left back, we'll take that. If someone wants to give me $250,000 for Mr. Handsome, I'll take that, because then we can start doing a bit now. But I'm of a mind to just survive until summer and do the proper rebuild then. MC, I think that is. Thank you very much for doing 6 months in advance. I'll tell you what, if you're doing 6 months in advance, I'll learn to say your name. I want to use my name in the game, Ash Barrow. I think that's fair. Right, do you want a youth team player? Should we give you my best youth team? I have communicated with Ash Barrow on LOLLUJO 2. There you go, you can have this guy. Is he real? He's the best youth player we've got. This is you now. Right, who are we playing now? Oldham, who are just a few places above us in the league. This is the kind of match where if we win this one, we're going on a run, a proper run. I know we've already won 4 on the bounce, but this becomes a proper charge up the table if we win this one. And I'd love to charge up I love charging places. Oh dear. Oh dearie me. Oh dearie me. It's just a bit of a nothing set. You wouldn't look at that and think, oh, that's a Batmobile. It's just a black car, a big black car. We've just done a very important goal. Did I install the lights for the new camp? Not yet. I will do. But not yet. That's a lovely goal. Well, this keeps the unbeaten run going at least. I really want an assistant manager. How do I get an assistant manager? I've never had this issue before where I'm not allowed one. Normally, when that's 0 of 0, assistant appears here. and you can just have them as one of your coaches. Just shows that you can always find new things in Football Manager. It's why we don't need a new game. There's still so much to discover about this game. We're still finding new things. Oh, good. Everything was going so well, so now it has to go wrong. What do they want? Oh, it's this old chestnut. Arguably the biggest FM24 bug that's still in the game. There's insufficient depth at goalkeeper bug, which there is no way to resolve. I could go out and sign 3 goalkeepers and it will not solve the problem. I love it when this one comes up. There's a great atmosphere in the dressing room at the minute. Don't spoil it by allowing this to be an issue. The atmosphere isn't that good. We've won like 5 games of our last 6. The atmosphere isn't that good. You're just trying to mask the fact you've dealt with this poorly. I've not dealt with anything poorly, you absolute wanghole. I didn't put us overdrawn. I can't assign you a goalkeeper. It was like this when I got here. I'm gonna argue with him. I won't have my authority questioned. I'm gonna point my finger right in his face. Tell him to back down. The damage might already be done. Yeah, to your career, Niall. This is one way for us to afford a goalkeeper. Get him gone. Anyone who wants him can have him for free. I just want him gone. Meanwhile, I will try and sign a goalkeeper on loan because that's all we can do. Can't scout any of them. Of course we can't because we've got no money! Oh. Hello, Gordon. You're 6'1". You're 6'1". You're 5'11". Well, you're not a goalkeeper then, are you? What have we actually got currently? So we've got 3 insufficient depth, but we've got 3 goalkeepers. We're on the verge of being relegated to the National League, and our 2 backups are National League quality, like good National League players. So it's not even true that we don't have enough depth. I think 1 decent League 2 goalkeeper and 2 good National League goalkeepers is actually better than almost any club in real life would have at this level of football. Oh, look, he's now got food poisoning, has he? Doesn't want to face me because he realises he's on his way out. Oh, there you go. He is on his way out. He's done. Get him gone. Why can't I see that bid? Oh, don't tell me they've just offered him an end of contract thing. I'll let him go for free now if they do that. What happened to the offer that was... Oh, he is joining them. Well, can I now... Because it's just end of contract. I want to be able to offer him now. Guys, you can have him now for nothing. Oh, sell now. There it is. Sell now for nothing. Problem solved, everybody. Man management. That's how you do a football. We do have a slight problem at defence now because Zach Johnson goes back to Sunderland in 4 days. So can we try and extend that until the end of the season?
They want to be tested in a different environment.
We still have no money to bring people in. We need a defender now. We're quite light on centre-backs. He was in the Manchester City save last year, I believe. And he looks familiar as well. I've had him in... Was he in the Man City save as well? Either way, we'll take them both. They're free. What else do we need? Probably a striker. See what else is available for... How many loans have we got at the moment? How many are we allowed? He's going back. He's here on loan. So that's 1. We're allowed as many as we want, I think, but you can only have 5 in the matchday squad. Yes, matchday squad must have no more than 5 loan players. So we can get some more of these free loans in. Are any of these players I've heard of before? I don't think they are. I can't scout any of them, which is frustrating. Let's just go through every position and see if there's any names I recognise from previous saves. That's a good starting point. And then we'll actually see what we've got scouted, which is probably minimal. Femi Fapitu I've had before. Again, in the Man City save. I know he's good. 2 years ago in a different version of FM. For a different team. But other than that, I know he's good. Yeah, I don't recognise any other names and we can't scout. So let's go to our actual scouted players and see if there's anyone listed for loan on here who might not be awful. Ah! Oh, he's injured anyway. And let's face it, if he's not in their team, he shouldn't be in our team. I'm sure I've had him before, but he doesn't fit into the system. We've had him before, but we're already bringing 2 defenders in, hopefully. Yeah, there's slim pickings here, boys and girls. Let's have a look at these ones we're bringing in. Right, we don't even need this guy anymore because we've solved the problem. Ah, Mr. Bland, is it? Seems like my kind of player. He'll slot in there. Only signed him as the last resort. Phenomenal. Recruitment meeting. Hooray. Is this another player I'm trying to get rid of? Why is he still here then? Get out of my football club. Don't even know who he is. Get gone. Get out of here. Skedaddle. Right, here you go. Bring in some defenders in. Oh, God. I mean, he's going to be good one day. Not necessarily ready to slot straight into the first team, but I guess he offers depth. Depth is good. We only had 3 centre-backs, so we needed a guy to just come in and fill a gap for us till the end of the season, and he'll do that. Come on then, let's do another football. Here he is, look, the £50 million man. Beautiful. That's why he's worth £50 million. Look at him. Look at him. Generational talent. The new Ashley Cole. I tell you what, he started a brilliant move here. It was all on him. Directly led to that goal. How frustrating is it to play FM with Zed? Very. Very frustrating. Didn't buy any for myself for like 20 years. Yeah, it's very much a thing where you need space in your house and money to buy the sets because it's a very expensive hobby. It's a good header. Oh, there he is. He's back at Sunderland. On the transfer list immediately. Very sad. I had someone get so angry with me in the YouTube comments the other day saying I've turned my back on Football Manager and focused on Lego. And I'm like, are you kidding? I'm releasing daily Football Manager. I've released more FM24 videos than anyone. I would say at this point, I've released more Football Manager YouTube videos than anyone else in the history of the universe. Turned my back on it. I'm still averaging more than 1 video a day since I started. Averaging more than 1 a day since I started 10 years ago. Right, this is the big match. We're playing Posh. We want to win here to show them what they could have won if they'd have hired me. I have fallen in love with the Segundo Volante role. I saw it in action to such great effect in Liverpool. I imagine part of that will come down to whether or not FM25 is usable for such a thing. Like at the moment, FM25 has had all kinds of competitive play stripped out of it, hasn't it? There's no fantasy draft. There's no versus mode. So you couldn't use it for something like that at the moment. So I guess it depends on how much of that is put back in before next summer, if anything. But it was a big success, so I'd like to think it will go again. Oh, there he is, the £50 million man. Look at what you could have won, Dara. All this could have been yours. And Jack got to learn loads of new ways to cheat, so he was happy. It's all good. Oh, little Mr. Handsome scored another header. Luke was the only one missing. I mean, I've not spoken to Luke about it. I suspect he was asked and turned it down, because while we were all posting on Instagram about being in Liverpool, he was posting on Instagram about being in Disneyland. So I imagine he already had a family holiday booked, because it was all put together relatively last minute. We didn't know we were doing it until, like, it wasn't confirmed for sure until less than a month before. So I suspect he was asked. I'll find out. I'll ask him at EGX. That'll be one of my questions on stage. So, Luke, they didn't want you at Liverpool. Is that right? That'll be my first question. Load of people who were involved in the FIFA World Cup in Liverpool, and Luke's here too, who they didn't want. Luke, over to you. We are ripping Posh apart here. I mean, this is very much a promotion team now. Who needs transfers? People say I'm not a tactical genius. This is a masterclass, what we've done here at Barrow. We're letting him back in. This guy's at Spurs and has got a real face. Do we take him just on that basis? Just to see? I mean, you might as well. He's free. It can't hurt, can it? If I get to ruin the career of one Spurs youngster, I feel like I've done my bit. That's a fancy name. Leo Cardoso. Portuguese under 17 international. There's literally nothing to base it on. I'm not going to know any of these players from real life, but I'll know some of them from just like playing Football Manager and them appearing. Just checking that wasn't Julian's son. Like Seb Naylor is another one who I've had before. These are, I mean, I know most of these from my Man City save last year. I think we've had Kevin Onyeka. Oh no, that's a new gen. Unless that's one of those name in the game new gems. Or am I confusing him with Tyrese Onyeka? I like the fact that he can cover both fullback positions. How are we at fullback? I mean, we're quite strong at fullback. We don't really need any more fullbacks. Alfie the Pond. See, he's a centre back. He's a 6'3" centre back. Where was he when I was looking at centre backs before? A 21-year-old who's at Wolves still, and he's 6'3". There's no way he's not a starting standard for this level, surely. No, not an inquiry, you Wally. He must be good enough. We're not necessarily going to use all of these. We might use him, though. Because he, straight away, looks pretty good. It's quick. That's what we're looking for. Quick. I mean, he's got decent acceleration. His pace isn't great, but he can also play out wide. And then we've got the winger as well. And this big boy. Not as good as I thought he would be. He must be on the verge of being released by them. Oh, yeah, that'll do. We got a good one. He's an actual footballer. So my best signings, according to this, Simpson Pussy, the East Fife legend, who's probably going straight into the team. Alfie Pond, who is too old to still be reserve at Wolves. He needs to get released and go and get a proper club. Femi Fapitu is going to be great. Niall has been sent to Ireland to think about what he's done. Is he even Irish? Oh, he is a little bit Irish. Okay. So he's fluent in Irish, apparently. So he's been sent to Ireland. And then we also signed... we got him. who's just not going to get anywhere near the team now. We've got 2 other defenders as well. A young Spurs striker who's decent acceleration. A young winger from Derby who can play on either side. And an attacking midfielder from Chelsea. I'd call that a jolly good piece of business. That's the best 11 according to the game. So yeah, a few of the new boys getting in. I am encouraged. What do the media think of us now? 20th. Yeah, we're not getting relegated. We don't know what relegation means. Look at that. What a January. Now we go and get promoted. Yeah.